You accidentally brush against a scalding mug of coffee. In a fraction of a second, your arm yanks itself away. Your hand escapes the danger before your brain has even had time to process the pain. How did your body know to move so fast? To understand it, think of your body as a smart city that runs on a complex communication network. This reaction is the result of a grid of messengers working in real time right beneath your skin. This network is organized into two main areas. The brain and spinal cord act as the central nervous system, the command center. Branching out from that center is the peripheral nervous system, a web of cables connecting the command center to your furthest edges. When you touch a hot mug, sensors send a high-speed emergency alert up these cables. The brain processes it and immediately fires a command back down to your arm muscles to pull away. This loop of incoming alerts and outgoing commands is how you survive and interact with the physical world every day. To see how these messages move, we have to look past the skin and muscle and zoom in to a microscopic level. These communication cables are living cells called neurons. They have tree-like branches to receive signals and a long tail to pass them along. When a stimulus is strong enough, it triggers an electrical event that zips down the length of this living wire. That microscopic electrical spark is what carries your thoughts, your pains, and your physical commands. But there is a twist in how this network is built. Even though these wires form a continuous path, they don't actually touch each other. Looking closely, you'll see a tiny gap between the end of one wire and the start of the next, a synapse. Electricity can't jump across empty space, so the first wire releases chemical messengers to carry the signal. These neurotransmitters work like tiny ferry boats, docking into the next wire to start a new electrical spark. Every action you take depends on these billions of chemical handoffs happening successfully, millions of times every second. Since this network is so active and delicate, it needs constant care to keep it from breaking down. A separate group of cells, the neuroglia, outnumber the messengers. They act as the maintenance crew. They don't send any messages themselves. Instead, they spend their time feeding and protecting the living wires to make sure the city's lines stay open. Without this invisible support staff, the communication network would stop functioning. For a network this large, speed is everything. A warning message has to move fast enough to save your hand from a burn. To create that speed, the support crew wraps the wires in a protective coating, the Myelin Sheath. This works just like the rubber insulation wrapped around a phone charging cord. The insulation keeps the electrical signal from leaking out. This forces the spark to jump down the wire in long, fast bounds. This structural protection is what allows your signals to move at top speed. But what happens to the system when this perfect coordination is disrupted? In a condition called multiple sclerosis, that protective insulation begins to break down. Much like a frayed charging cord, the exposed electrical messages start to leak out. They slow down or short-circuit before they can reach their destination. Because of this microscopic leak, a command from the brain to move your leg might never reach the muscle. Our ability to move and stay coordinated depends on these microscopic layers of insulation staying intact. When we zoom back out from the microscopic level, we can see the full scale of this incredible network at work. It is a balance of living wires, chemical ferries bridging the gaps, and a support crew keeping the insulation tight. The next time you catch a falling object or react to the world around you, you're seeing billions of these messengers working together. Your body is a lightning-fast, living grid, turning everything you feel into everything you do.